We've got early access to the new wedding game pack for The Sims 4, and I am very excited to start playing, but first I want to talk to you all a little bit about why they're pushing the global release date to February 23rd. You might have missed this, but The Sims posted a statement last week saying they weren't going to release the pack in Russia. They said they didn't want to have to censor the gay couple on the cover, so they wouldn't be releasing it there. Now, the Russian community was really upset by this. They were also really confused because from my understanding, they wouldn't have had to censor the cover. Like, The Sims is already marked as 18+ in Russia, so those censorship laws don't apply to it, and they've never had to censor anything in the past in The Sims 4, like it's still available for sale there. And the community was saying like, hey, you're actually hurting us more by not selling it here because so many Simmers use The Sims as an escape and you're taking that away. And so I had initially promised to not make early access content on this pack unless The Sims acknowledged their mistake. And yesterday they did. They posted a new statement addressing it and announcing that they're going to release the pack in Russia unaltered and unchanged. So now they're pushing that release date until next week so that everyone everywhere can get the pack at the same time. So now after hearing this, I feel a lot more comfortable covering the pack. And ultimately, I am very glad that everyone everywhere is going to have a chance to play it. And I will link some articles down below from my friend Sims community in case you missed it and you want to learn more about it. Also, because the pack isn't coming out until next week, this game that I have right now is not final software. I think they've got a lot of bug fixes coming out before the game comes out next week. I just don't have them yet. Does that make sense? But with that being said, let's play some Sims. So I think my plan for today is just to explore the new world a little bit because we have a brand new world called Tartosa, and honestly, I think this is what I am most excited for out of the whole pack. Look, I love new gameplay. It's always fun. Like, it's gonna be cute having my little weddings, but let's be real, the world is what I'm going to use the most. I'm gonna build here a ton. It's got so many more lots than I was expecting. Like, I just am so pleased with this world. Honestly, it might be the best part of the pack. So here it is. This is Tartosa, and it's kind of like Greek, Italian, Spanish, Mediterranean inspired, and it's got 9 new lots. Now, I've been talking and speculating about a new world coming in this pack for like a couple months now, and in all my videos, I've been like maybe 4, maybe 5 lots. It's probably gonna be small. Like, I was picturing it being like the same size as Magnolia Promenade. Like, this is fully what I was expecting. So when I saw there was 9, I was very impressed. Like, that's fully double what I was expecting. And it's kind of got a good mix here as well. So there's 2 neighborhoods. This first one down here is called Porto Luminoso, and it's like the city area basically. And then up top we have Terra Amorosa, and that's like this waterfall space, kind of more of a countryside foresty area. So this like downtown area has 5 lots. It's got the mansion, a vacation rental, a starter home that actually costs 20,300, so it's a little bit more than a starter home, an empty lot on the beach, and a lounge. And then the other area has another starter home, another towny house, the wedding venue, and another empty lot back here behind my face. Your Sims can swim in the ocean. They can come up here by the waterfall and swim. There's like walking trails everywhere. I mean, I'm just so pleased with all of this. So I'm gonna move my Sim into this starter home quickly. Take it in for a second. Take it in. I mean, look at this. Are you kidding me? They have this huge waterfall and your Sims can walk across the bridge up here. Like, this is all walkable, playable area. So like I said, your Sims can actually swim down here in this lagoon and they can play on this beach. This works like a regular beach. Oh my God, not Nancy. Stay away. But they can like draw in the sand here and they can relax in these loungers. Now, this isn't actually a lot. Like, you can't edit this beach area, but you can obviously use it and play in it as much as you want. If Nancy Landgrab goes to my house, I'm gonna be mad. Anyway, so the house itself, this is one of the starter homes in the world. And all of the lots in this world were built by Simmers. Kind of like how I built some of the lots that are in Snowy Escape. They got Simmers to build all the lots in this world. They were built by Ice Munmun, Hey Harry, Catherine Games, and Simlisy. So I'll link all of their channels down below if you want to go watch like the behind the scenes stuff on these. But it's a very good thing because it means all of the houses are like really nice. I'll show you all of the lots in this video, don't worry, but I want to point out like some of the detail in this world. Like, there's so many little detailed aspects everywhere in the environment. I just can't get over the waterfall. Like, I'm gonna have so many Sims get engaged out here, I can already tell you. Like, imagine they're standing right here on the bridge and they propose. Are you kidding? With that in the background, this is that empty lot I was talking about. I think this is a good spot to put like a community lot. I think I'm gonna build a wedding dress store, like using Get to Work and make like a clothing shop and put it here. I mean, first of all, look at the view. Like, are you kidding me? Maybe even a restaurant would be nice here. It's just a good spot because it's got this great view and it's like in sort of a community lot looking area. We got Jeffrey Landgrab fishing down here. Have fun, buddy. But your Sims can walk all around this area, like across all these bridges, down the boardwalks. Katrina Caliente is here, crossing this bridge. This is that beautiful tree from the trailer. Also a good spot to have your Sims get engaged. I think they did a lot of that in this world. Like, there's a lot of picturesque kind of places that you might want to have your Sims propose. Even like across the bridge, there's more walking trails. And like, look at this, the mosaic tile in the floor of the wedding rings. Like, come on, you can't get more fitting than that. It's just a really nice area. There are 2 more lots here. This one is one of the townies houses. I'll show you that in a second. And this one is the wedding venue that was built for the world. I think I'll show you that first. It's this lot right here. It's 50 by 40, so it's huge. And it's literally a wedding venue lot type. And that that kind of lot type is base game now, so you can build those now if your game is updated. But this lot is huge and it is stunning. So let me show you around the inside a little bit. It sort of has this nice entryway sitting area. To the left, there's some more seating and also a bathroom. We have this beautiful little courtyard with like a spot for the cake and a table for the wedding party and some music. I love this new sign item. It's got like a seating chart on it for the wedding. And then through these doors, we have the actual ceremony space set up. This item is an invisible aisle, so your Sims will use that aisle as like the functional space to walk up for the wedding. And then obviously the arches up there. We've got all the seats and everything. There's some more bathrooms right here. And then outside, we've got this dance floor. There's a bar. There's a whole reception hall area. Just look at how good and realistic that looks, right? And then outside, there's another wedding setup. So if you wanted to have an outdoor wedding instead, Harry also has built this like section outside with some more seats. This is such a useful thing to have in your game to have your Sims get married at. Like so often I just have my Sims like immediately elope because I don't want to bother finding a wedding lot off the gallery. So I'm so glad that they added this one into the game. So this is like the official lot that's placed in the save when you buy the game, but they also added into your library a few more. So if you look like literally in your library, like saved to your game, you'll see a few more lots you can place because they had those Simmers make extra wedding venue lots if you wanted to replace it or change it. So we have this one, the Garden Palace of Vows, that's Indian inspired. Like, look at that. That is stunning. And it's also like all set up to be functional for actually having a wedding in The Sims. Like you've got like the bar space, the banquet tables. It's fully decorated and ready to go inside as well. I just love the color scheme on this one. We also have this Centurial Harmony Garden that's more Chinese inspired. Not to pick favorites, but like I am obsessed with the pond on this one. They're all great, but I really, really love this one. There's so much detail outside, and then also the whole inside is like furnished and ready to go for a wedding. So they have this whole inside setup. Think about the screenshots you could take in here. It is so beautiful. And you could also have your Sims like stay here if they wanted to as well, because it's got a full bedroom and everything. We also have this Glasswork Lovers Chapel inspired venue. This is that whole lot. So it's got this church and then like a garden sort of reception area, kind of your classic church venue with the pews and stuff. And then outside, there's another building that has like bathrooms and everything, places to get ready. And then this whole outdoor reception area that's set up so cute. Look, there's even like a bar, banquet table, spot for the cake. I just love the new furniture in this pack too. Like I love these flowers and the tables and everything. I'm not done though. There's still another one. This is a more Hispanic inspired venue. They're all just so pretty. Like, look at this. Are you kidding? You might have noticed all the weddings have kitchens, so you can have like a caterer or like someone to bake your cake if you need to. Look at these huge bathrooms as well. We have this like banquet hall space, some reception tables outside. They've got a dance floor, a bar. Look at this fountain area and these planters as well. Honestly, I'm like taking notes for my own builds really fast. But this is that main wedding reception space. I'm so impressed. I am just in awe of all of these. And it's cool how they didn't just give you one, like you got extra to replace them with. And there's still one more for the beach, but I'll get to that later. The last lot in this neighborhood belongs to the Markovic family. It's a new townie household. They are locally renowned for their contribution to the musical side of the wedding industry, despite having put off their own wedding time and time again. This is in no small part due to the relations between them and the Laurent family being rather strained. Mateo believes the Laurents have a stranglehold on local wedding business and works hard to retain relevance, while Lucia's animosity is directed at Hector, a former lover. All the drama and work has kept them busy and unwed. So it's the couple and their child, and apparently there's some tea between them and the other people in this town. I will say the tea is not like abundantly clear in game if you didn't read that. Like you can tell she doesn't like Hector, but it does not say he is an ex, although she does feel hurt by him, so I guess that's nice. Both the parents are like really high up in the music career. They're level 7 musicians. It's kind of cute. She loves baking and guitar, and he loves fishing and piano, so they play different instruments. They have a kid, Tommy, who's creative. Also, they all have likes and dislikes. Like she likes video games and electronica music. Their house is stunning. I think you might have seen these Sims if you watched the live stream the Sims team did, although the live stream was kind of a disaster, so you may have missed it. So they have this beautiful big home and a wedding like already set up in their backyard. I think the story is supposed to be like, hey player, this couple's been wanting to get married for a long time, and look, they've already got everything set up, wink wink, why don't you do it, you know? So they've got like all the weddings set up out here. You know, it is a little bit unfortunate that they hate the only other people in town. I feel like that doesn't make for a very good guest list. They are friends with Camille and Dominique though. The couple from the trailer isn't actually in the world, they're just in the world. They pulled like an Agnes Crumplebottom on us, so you might see Cam and Dom don't actually live here, but if you go look in other households, if you search by like unplayed households and not in world, you'll see that they are right here, and they have a whole description. They're just not actually living in the town. I think that I might build a house for them, like replace one of the starter homes with a house for them, because I want them to actually live here. I like these two, they're cute. Anyway, the Laurent family. Laurent may be a newer name in the area, but the family certainly isn't. For generations, they've owned the local wedding venue, the cornerstone of the wedding industry in the area, and Hillary's family opened the first food stall in the village Square back when they moved into the area. Now she's a chef in her parents' restaurant and the local food market has flourished. Together, this family forms a wedding industry powerhouse. Now, I was very interested in this because the grandma in this house is ancient. Look at this. So it's kind of cute, like Hector and his wife live here with his mom and their 2 kids. And apparently Hector out here is being a heartbreaker. So there's not a ton of townies here, but it's a small world. So I'll take 2 households, I guess. So this is their house. It is a massive estate, like actually massive. And I'm obsessed with the back gardens of this place. Like I think the back of this house is so cool. I'm like taking notes and trying to get some tips from the landscaping here. I'm not gonna lie. Inside, it's just huge. I'll leave it for you to explore a little bit more like on your own, but this is a very nice townie mansion. I feel like a lot of times the townies sort of get done dirty with their mansions, but I am so glad that they're actually working with Simmers because it makes them so much better. Anyway, Hillary is a chef, like the description said. Arnessa and Hector are unemployed, but I think it's implied they work at the wedding venue, even though you can't actually like work at the wedding venue. And then they have 2 kids, a teen and a child. Now let me show you a little bit around this area because this area is huge and it's like fully surrounded by water, which makes it so pretty. They live like up on a hill on this big mansion lot overlooking everything, and then you can take like all the little walkway paths down into the town square space. I guess town square is the wrong word. It's more like town triangle. But you can come back like downtown this way. Now, this downtown area is moderately functional. There's like some fake storefronts. You can see them here. This is the fake wedding dress shop. When you click plan your outfits, it just takes you into cast to change them. You can't actually like do it in the store. It's not a real store, which is why I kind of want to build a real store with Get to Work. Also, weird thing, these seating areas aren't real. These are like debugged chairs and umbrellas and your Sims can't sit in there. Kind of odd, but I don't know. Now, this area actually is functional, and I will say, I think this is a smart way to do this. Basically, the cake shop is just a food stall. So your Sims can come here and like get cakes just for fun to eat, or if you're engaged, you can buy a wedding cake from here. And that basically just works like one of these standalone stalls, but they built it into the wall so it looks like it's actually a shop in these buildings. And I like that. I think it's a good way to like work around how the game works, you know, and make these buildings actually look useful. And then they actually have 2 food stalls like that. There's a Chinese food stall over here. Works just like a regular food stall in The Sims, but it's like built into the building. And then down here on the corner, we've got like an Indian food stall as well. I think maybe it's kind of implied that that's the restaurant that Hillary's family runs. They obviously can't put down like an actual restaurant because that's from Dine Out and not this pack, but I'm glad they did this. I think it's kind of a cute nod to it. So I like the lore. I'm into it. They do have one like actual stand, the flower stand where you can buy your bouquet is like a proper stand, and you can just buy like regular flowers from it. So if you're looking for any rare flowers like the orchids, you can just buy them from here. No need to like splice anymore. You can just get them, which is useful. This area down here also fully functional beach space. You can draw in the sand, you can swim in the water. Your Sims can also walk all the way out here. Like you can come out here and fish on this dock down here if you want to. You can also walk up to this lighthouse if you want to. You can't use the lighthouse. Unfortunately, there is no woohoo spot in here. I was hoping there would be because there is in Brindleton Bay, but not in this one. Might cry about it. Back behind these buildings, there's like a little tiny playground. There's a maze. The Sims team loves mazes. I will say that. There's like a little fountain area with some sculptures. There is a bathroom down here, by the way, in case you need it. And you know what? There's actually a lot of sculptural art in this world. Like down here, there's another sculpture. It's kind of cool. I like the vibes of that. This beach down here is also fully functional, and this one actually has a lot on it. The lot comes empty when you first come here, but obviously if you want to, you can put whatever you want on this lot. Like you can change it into a wedding venue, make it into a park. You could build a restaurant down here, and the game comes with a lot that you can place, like a beach wedding venue sort of thing built by a simmer. I don't actually know who built this one, so I'll have to look into that, but I am obsessed with this wedding venue. I think this is so cool. Like the layered rugs and stuff are awesome. So if you want to have a beach wedding, you can also do that. It comes ready-made, like all set up for you. We still have 3 more lots. Okay, so this one is the lounge. I love the location of this lot too. Like the area behind it is awesome. Look at this view. Imagine your Sims getting engaged here. Do you see what I mean? But I just love the inclusion of a lounge type lot because they're useful for your Sims to come visit. It's kind of fun. It's like dark and moody on the inside. It's got the tables and like a stage set up, a whole bar space, and the rooftop is huge. It's got a dance floor and like hot tubs and stuff. This is great. This is gonna be so useful. Down here on like a private island, there's another residential house. I'm not kidding, by the way. It's like legit a private island. You can walk across your own private bridge to get to it. And the house on the lot right now is like a super cute little Greek inspired building. I love this so much. And it's not even expensive. It's only 20,300, so you can actually like afford to live here if you want to. And the views from here, can you imagine living in this spot? And the last lot is this vacation rental. So your Sims can like stay here here on vacation if they want. You could like honeymoon here or something. The views from this area are incredible, of like every direction as well. The mountains, the town, the water, the lighthouse. Like this is like the lot to be on. It's also like very much my style of home. Like I am obsessed with this. It has this great back terrace as well with like sitting in a hot tub. Inside it's also huge as well. It's got like 3 bedrooms, well, 2 bedrooms and an office, but you know, 3 beds, dining room, massive kitchen, chess room, which we are all aware is right up my alley. And also these little weird things on the ground, those are like ambient fireflies. So in game at nighttime, there'll be fireflies right there. Can you think of anything better? You know what? I will say this video took me a lot longer to record than I thought it would, but maybe that's a good thing. The world is big. Like I said, I did not anticipate it being this big. Couple highlights for me is the number of places your Sims can swim. Like you can go swimming in 2 beaches and the waterfall. I love like the extra pre-made lots they gave us to switch out if you want to. I'm also impressed with how they've like incorporated the stalls to look like functional buildings. And I also love just the environment, like how many spots there are that are nice to hang out that aren't even on a lot. Like that fake beach in front of the waterfall that isn't a lot, but like totally is a lot. It's huge. The world is huge. I won't lie, I haven't even touched any actual gameplay yet. I've just been building and like oogling over the world. So I hope that you like this video. I'm curious, for you other builders out there, like what's inspiring you? What do you want to do the most? Because for me, restaurant, wedding venue, and also wedding dress shop are probably my like top 3 plans for this world. Don't worry though, I've got way more content coming. Tomorrow, Rags to Riches, wedding edition. And with that being said, I will catch you all later, okay? Bye everybody. I'm not kidding though, we're gonna try and get rich baking wedding cakes. I still have yet to have a sim actually get married, but the cake is more important.